The Integrated Wild Coast Development Program is a new mechanism that was launched last week in Mthatha to help rural development. A 10 million rand fund, the Wild Coast Development Fund, was launched by the Small Enterprise Development Agency at the event. The fund will be coupled with a 9 billion rand upgrade to the N2 highway through the province and around 3 billion rand for the Wild Coast Meander, a road that will hug the coast. These improvements are aimed towards a major push to industrialize the agricultural industry in the province.
We believe, after thorough examination, that there's a huge opportunity for growing and deepening primary production in agriculture. And part of the historical legacy that we have to deal with is that agriculture generally has been constrained by an over-focus on small-scale farming. Of course, we have got to improve the quality of that and the scale of that in order to increase the output. But in addition to that, I think we think that there is an opportunity to commercialize agriculture. And we would also create an SEZ, a special economic zone in Mthatha, which will focus on agro-processing. But because you have a university in the area and there's a possibility of looking at technologies, new technologies to research and other things, we think that we can also, in addition to that, build an innovation hub that looks at new technologies to support agriculture development and innovations in the agriculture, both primary as well as processing.
MEC Jonas says that the eastern parts of the province need urgent investment and demand-led initiatives to improve agricultural and rural wage value. Upgrades to the N2 are integral to the development plans for the area, as trucks are currently forced to make a detour around Mthatha on dirt roads.
Wild Coast N2 is one part of it because it improves mobility, how we take some of the goods to the market. The SEZ location is also critical because it enables to us to have processing facilities for fresh produce and actually put them on the road to KZN and other parts of the country.
Gugile Nkwinti, Minister of Rural Development, spoke about the new land reforms that will require farmers to rent land from government. Title deeds for farms will not be given, which is a concern for small and commercial farmers.
This question is actually cutting across commercial and emerging commercial farmers. All of them with one voice, they want title deeds. The challenge is that because people, once they got title deeds, they don't think about us looking at how we balance out the land market so that it reflects progress insofar as the transfer of land from those people who had land and those people who don't have land, and on the basis of the current system. 1913 Natives Land Act as a cut-off date, looking at its impact and the legacy of that. Reversing that is a very important thing, and therefore, if we really want to ensure that we reverse that legacy, we must make sure that we stabilize the land market, and therefore the lease is not a principle; it's a strategy. It's a strategy to stabilize the market.
The minimum time period for a new lease is 30 years, but extensions can be negotiated.
So anything from 30 up. We've signed 50 years. We've signed, and it depends on what people apply for and what is actually on the ground. So it's a good question. I actually like that because sometimes, most of the time, people think 30 years is a maximum. It's a minimum. We can go higher than that.
This is Dominic Preuss reporting for BDFM in Mthatha, Wild Coast.